So, Danny, the Hornets might want to change the culture, but are they actually headed in the right direction?
No, not hiring Duke guys. You got
Come on,
Carolina.
man.
What do you want me to do with this? I'm tired of talking about these Duke guys. But
This
no.
dude's a beast, though.
All jokes aside, he is a good player. I think he is the direction of moving in a different, like I said, a different culture. So, yes, I think this is a good move for them. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits in with LaMelo and company.
He's like 6'6", 220, man.
Yeah.
The Trailblazers shocked everyone when they drafted Young Hansen at number 16, but maybe not as much as Young was when the Blazers presented him with cupcakes to celebrate his 20th birthday. Andrea, what do you make of Young in Portland?
I absolutely love it. First of all, look at his face. Look how excited he is. He was just like shocked. I don't know if he's ever seen that much sugar, but you're welcome. Young Hansen is so talented. I'm extremely excited for him. This is clearly the guy that Portland wanted. He has so much size. He is an amazing passer. If you haven't watched some of his highlights, he has the opportunity to be a special, skilled big in this league. And I love that Portland welcomed him with some birthday cupcakes. What an amazing week for Young Hansen. Welcome to the league. I'm excited for it.
All right, one of the biggest headlines coming out of the draft, Ace Bailey going 5th overall to Utah, despite some very clear signals from his camp that they didn't want him going there. Sources tell ESPN that Bailey's reps told at least one team in the top 5 not to pick him, and the question now is, will he actually report to the Jazz? So we'll get to that answer in just a moment here, as joining us now, Jonathan Givony. All right, you've been all over this Ace Bailey situation. Why is this the ideal situation for him, though?
George, ample opportunity, a clear lack of star power on the perimeter, a highly respected coaching staff, and an incredibly passionate fan base. There's a culture of winning in Utah. They're dying to get back to that. Once Ace Bailey arrives in Utah and sees how fortunate he is to land in this situation, he will quickly realize this is the perfect place for him to reach his all-star potential. Now, despite all the drama about preferred destinations, Washington or whatever, and the threats that he made, his agent made to a team in the top 5 that he won't report, I am sure that this situation is going to get resolved in short order. It's no small part to the fact that Ace Bailey has simply no leverage with the way the collective bargaining is set up. I think there's a little bit of a stalemate going on in Utah right now, but I am sure that this will eventually get resolved, and once his camp gets a better understanding of the situation that they're in.
Bobby?
Yeah, listen, I think he's in a terrific situation in Utah. I think certainly playing under Will Hardy, who's one of the best young coaches here in a true developmental system. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to tender him this rookie contract, and that they're going to have the rights to Ace Bailey for the foreseeable future. And it's going to be up to Ace Bailey if he wants to show up in Utah or not. But I do think once he gets there and gets in a room with Danny and Austin Ainge and Justin Zanuck and Will Hardy, and he sees the environment that they're in, this is going to be the perfect spot for Ace Bailey. And as I said the other night, I thought Utah was one of the big winners. And the reason why is because they picked Ace Bailey with the 5th pick in the draft.
I agree, guys. I've enjoyed talking to Will Hardy when I was doing NBA Sideline, and he is such a great coach. We know one thing he loves: corner threes, guys getting into the corner, creating space on the offensive end. Where does Ace Bailey thrive? In the mid-range. Ace Bailey should have so much space to operate and score. His beautiful turnaround jumpers, his length. I see Will Hardy giving him the space on the floor to be the best version of himself. And what I will say about Ace Bailey is the whole time, what he has said about this situation is that he is focused on basketball. He is focused on playing the game. So I imagine when he gets to Utah, that will be his focus. He's a truly special talent. So as soon as he's there and he's focusing on basketball, which is what he loves and what he has said, I see it working out.
I hope his actions meet his words. So if he comes in, I just want to see him be professional, right?
Yeah.
Come in, do what you say you're going to do, play, good basketball, play hard, especially for a guy like Coach Will Hardy, who I know personally. He was a Spurs descendant. But strategically, this actually makes sense for him, right? He wanted to go to a place where he can actually thrive and be a star and get to that second contract, get picked up, have more room and more time
Be
to grow, be featured. So why not be in a place like Utah? So strategically, this makes sense. He may not want to have been there, but this is what he was trying to do in the first place. So if that's what you said you wanted to do, and this is where you end up, why not, embrace this and have a lot of fun with it. So this is a great spot for him. Hopefully, said Will Hardy can get him to buy in, and that organization can, because I think this will make this team, with Lauri Markkanen and all company they have there, a better situation and have a good turnaround for the year.
Danny and Austin Hayes, just take him to Vultures, and he'll be all good. That's a great restaurant there in Salt Lake, right by the arena. So anyway, all right, enough about the first round. Let's take a look at this great moment from last night's second round for Javon Smalls. The night started with matching green suits with his mom.
Like the color.
Yeah.
It's a good color.
Drafted 48th by the Grizzlies. But it was this moment with his grandfather that showed how much these moments can really mean to a family.
We're going to turn our attention over to Javon's table because Pop is over there, and he is emotional, as he should be. Javon, when you see your grandfather with that much enthusiasm, what goes through your mind?
My family is just my world, man. Just seeing my papa over there with me, he takes me to every single tournament since I was a little kid. Rarely misses any games, so, that's what I do it for.
So after the freshmen dominated the night in round one with a record 18 drafted, last night 19 seniors were selected in round
Love
two.
for the seniors.
The most in the second round since 2004. Overall, first round picks were over a year and a half younger than the second rounders this year. So Jonathan, why was there such a lack of freshmen selected in the second round of the draft last night?
Because players are going back to college because that's what makes sense for them financially. The best players in college basketball make between $2 to $3 million, sometimes more. And there's absolutely no reason to stay in the draft if you're going to be a second-round pick, especially if you're going to be on a two-way contract, which only nets you around $650,000, and it's a non-guaranteed deal. So we're seeing seniors and juniors, even sophomores, go back to college in droves. We're seeing international players flock to college basketball like we've never seen before. It's a win-win situation for everybody. NBA teams love it because they get to draft more physically mature, ready guys who are ready to play in the NBA. College coaches obviously love it because they retain more players and it's an older, more experienced roster. And players love it because they get to, put millions of dollars in their bank account before they're even ready to buy a drink at their local bar. So it's a very intriguing situation. We'll see how things evolve now with the house settlement, with revenue sharing. Is money going to go down in college? That's what we're going to see this upcoming year.
Yeah, so a lot still in an uncharted water area of the NCAA at this point. But it's never too early, Jonathan, to talk about next year, okay? So what are we looking at in 2026? I know we got AJ, but what else do we got beyond AJ?
George, we have 4 potential franchise-level players at the top with Darren Peterson headed to Kansas, AJ DeBonza going to BYU, Cam Boozer at Duke, and Nate Ament at Tennessee. I also am a big fan of Mikal Brown, the point guard headed to Louisville. This is a stacked group of players. NBA teams are absolutely excited about the level of star power at the top of this group. Darren Peterson